My steak is resting. Bernaise is ready. I tested it again. It's not split. It's seasoned properly, right? Now I'm ready for my finishing. I took a little bit of that remoulage there. We don't have any chicken stock. I could use water. A lot. Right. So this is how I'm going to do it. This is brown stock remoulage. We made brown stock yesterday. This is remoulage from my bread wash. I took some out of that pot there. We can grab a little wash. See my veggies. So now I have 3 kinds of veggies here. Which one's going to cook fastest?
I would say the peas.
The peas are going to cook the fastest. What's second fastest?
Beans.
And so the longest would be the Brussels sprouts. Okay. So I have my stock in here. I have my shallot and this. You can give that a little saute before if you want. I'm not going to. The shallot and ginger, I'm putting that right in. Actually, going back here. You can do this in a small pan if you want. You don't have to do it in a pot. Just do it in a pot. Small pan with your loaf right now. So that's going in. I can put my Brussels sprouts in right now. I'm going to put them in this side down.
What side down, Chef?
This side, inside down, because it's the toughest part.
Okay.
My stock is, so how much stock do I put in? I'm guessing, right, how much is in there, because I'm thinking how much is it going to take to bring it down. I only want a tiny bit of stock left to make a glaze at the end. I can add more stock to it, but it's going to be a pain to have to take some out. Does that make sense?
Yes.
Yeah, sure.
So I'm about a quarter of the way up on that, third of the way up, let's say, on my Brussels sprout. When my Brussels sprouts are about half done, my beans are going in. When my beans are about half done, my peas are going in. Hopefully I'm bringing it down to the point where when everything's cooked and perfect, I can get a little bit of butter in there, season it up with some salt, and I have a nice glaze on it. So let's see how she goes. You can prepare these however you want. Yeah, I'm showing you how I do. They need to be, I want them cut nicely. I want you to show a certain amount of skill. I want them to be cooked properly, so not gray. I want them nice bright green, but also cooked. I don't want them undercooked and too crunchy, right? Season, all those things. You don't have to use the stock. You don't have to use the shallot. You don't have to use the ginger. I'm just showing you that's how I decided I want to do it today.
How are you going to ensure to keep those peas in the pod?
You'll see. They're attached. Like they're not. The way I cut them, they're attached, dude.
Oh, okay.
That's why I said it looks simple, but that's a pretty advanced maneuver actually. They're attached to the top still.
Definitely is.
Yeah.
That's right, because inside they have a little thing on top of the pea itself that attaches to the pod, right?
Right.
Yeah.
You notice how some stuff it just looks easy. It's practice. You'll get there. It takes time. Like tomorrow, yeah. But tomorrow, if I do these, they'll be a little bit nicer, right? I haven't done it, and I haven't cut peas like that in probably 2-3 years. So then tomorrow when I do it, they'll be a little bit nicer because I remember to go at it from a different angle or whatever. You know what I'm saying?
You really smell that ginger, right?
Yeah. So I was in there helping. I pop in there every once in a while when the second years are in there, and I just talk to Chef Connor, and sometimes the plates are there, sometimes I'll taste them and give feedback and stuff. And feedback over there is a little bit tougher than what you guys get. But some of the vegetables they put up, they just blanch them in water, cook them in water, toss them in butter, right? So they're not developing into flavors. Right. Which doesn't necessarily hurt, but I mean, I'll show you. I was doing these things yesterday for my event. So my beets, I roasted them all whole and then cut them off, no big deal. Carrots that I turned these guys and then I sliced them thin and I gave them a little bit of blanch with some stock or whatever. And now in here there's some dill stems, some shallots, some butter. So they'll go into the circulator just to heat them up because they're already pretty well cooked, and then we'll see them.
Enough for the butter to melt and circulate?
Yeah, the butter will melt in there and it's all part of the fun, right? So, alright. Coming, happy like that. See how they're just starting to brighten up with the green there a little bit? Okay, so those are flipped over. I put my beans in now. Did I ever talk to you guys about thinking about cooking? Like, did you ever talk about that? There's a lot of feel to it. You're not there yet. In a couple of years though, you'll feel it out a little bit. So you're thinking about
Chef Collins was saying,
you cook in your head, yeah. You visualize. That's more so when you're working a grill station or something because you can't see most of the stuff you're cooking. You have to pay attention to, right? That's what we go through usually: garde manger, entremetier, and then saucier or grill, rotissier, whatever. because you have to work up to that point where you're able to cook 50 things that you can't even see, right? So you're cooking it in your mind, you're visualizing and thinking how is the heat affecting it and reacting. If you look at my glaze, so my stock's coming down nicely here. I can turn my beans a little bit. No, I wish I had a mirror. My stock's coming down. I'm paying attention.
Totally steal Kelly's one.
Turn around the edge.
Pardon?
Kelly's got a mirror.
Yeah, he's got a table with
Yeah, but
It's starting to brown.
What's starting to brown?
Around the edge.
Around the edge of my pod is. The pan's better for this. It's going to happen. I'm not going to get that into the rest of it. It's going to happen at this level.
So it shouldn't really happen as.
No, it will. It will. It's going to happen at this level where it's going to brown a little bit on the sides, but I'm not going to get it out. I'm taking it right down, right? See how those bits, I'm not going to straighten it over. There's not enough there to straighten it over. It's going to happen. I don't want to brown my vegetables. My vegetables are going to be brown. I'm not taking it down the bottom, it's not brown. It's just around the edge where those proteins are sticking as it's evaporating out. Does that make sense? Just pay attention that you flip your stuff around. This shouldn't be getting brown. Smells good. Try it on the steam. Pull that off this side. So I can get a good, almost I feel like
No, you didn't.
Hodgepodge. Love hodgepodge, like nice new potatoes. So folks, I'm watching now. My velvet throats are nice and tender. I could
Gonna get brownie on the side.
you guys know what this is? It's a cake tester. So I use this for testing instead of using a knife. So instead of using a knife, which makes a big mark in it, just use this to feel how your smaller is a bit thicker though. So you can't, yeah.
You don't want to show the mark
This
as
is-
testing, right?
You get these at like Michael's, which is like $8 or something. They're great for cooking scallops and stuff. It's super hot in the center, like so many things. Paying attention, paying attention. It goes quick, right? Okay, I'm just gonna flip my pea over. Flip the peas over.
Flipping peas.
My finger. Alright, I'm just gonna leave that for a second because I'm down to. I have very little liquid left. Very little liquid left. Okay, I haven't seasoned it yet. Very little liquid left. I'm gonna leave that off the heat. Now I'm gonna take my steak, which is rested. I'm gonna take my potatoes. Simmer down, would ya? Jeez. I'll show you. Come on. Alright, so steak back in the oven. I have my oven's at like 400, so hot, yeah folks? Listening? Cute. Ben, what temperature's my oven at? I was trying to bust him because he wasn't paying attention. Okay, my plate's hot, I already polished it and ready to go. What's that? You get the end, somebody else answers? I know.
Oh, you're not supposed to say that. Always happens.
Alright, so those, listen. So those are in the oven, those are getting hot, okay? They're gonna take a minute or so. They're gonna take a minute or so to get hot where I need them. If there's no liquid left in here whatsoever at this point, I can just throw a splash in. Get what I want. Splash. Got my butter ready to go. Season. If you don't have good white pepper, then don't use it. Chef.
Morning. Morning, chef.
So these I don't want to split this. If I split this, I put my butter in, it splits and looks oily, what do I do? Yeah. Feel up. See, I got a nice little glaze happening. See my glaze? Very little liquid in there, but not a lot. I'm going to right now. Don't boil it. I'm on the heat enough that I'm stirring it just to melt that. Bring it in.
Are you gonna take out all the shallots and give me
I'm going to scoop around it, yeah. Melt that in. Don't stop stirring until that's all melted. So if I just leave that right now, if I just leave it, I don't want to brown it, I don't want to simmer it, I don't want to separate it. If I just leave it and it keeps melting, it won't be like nice and saucy and glazy like that. Does that make sense?
That's why you guys asked about it.
Yeah. Wait for the bubbles on the end, yeah? Okay. Good, those are hot. Excuse me.
Gorgeous, gorgeous.
Hot and glazed, beautiful. Dirty steak. My steak is hot on the outside. So
Definitely hot.
There. Potatoes are hot. I seasoned these already, right? When I took these out of the fryer, guys. I took these out of the fryer, I seasoned them, so they're ready to go. Kyle, wake up. You okay? Can you go sit down or? Hello? Can you go sit down? Right there? Okay, just hang on a sec, okay? I'm gonna send someone with you. Alright, so you only serve one kind of potato on the plate. You can choose which one you want to do, I don't care. I'm gonna serve my cooking, and the other one, you can bring up. Just on the side of plate. So all at the same time though, okay, and I'll tell you what time that's
On a
gonna
white
be.
plate or just on the table for?
You can just put it on like a tin, you can even put your other,
You have small plates floating around.
that'll work, yeah.
So just one potato with the steak and then.
So do you only want 3 of those?
Three of yours, I'm gonna put 2 because mine are big, but you guys have a different size, so you might want to put. Let's put this on your cutting board, that should be able
Plate, however, but we gotta bring everything up.
You can play in either croquette or tofu. I want to see at least 5 croquettes though. And if I was doing the smaller size, I should have 3 of these. Yeah. So notice I'm not putting all the goop. They're nice and shiny and glazed, right? Shiny and glazed.
Do you want us to plate it like yours too?
You can play it however you like, but I'm going to mark you on the balance of your plate, like your overall presentation.
Was it 10 and 2 for the meat?
Yeah, so your protein needs to be between 3 o'clock and 9 o'clock, right? If this is 6 o'clock, it needs to be in use. See that nice glaze on there? That was not my idea. So making sure that's still hot and it's not going to flash again, but it is.
You want us to cut it in half?
Oh no, I don't want you to cut it.
As soon as you cut that, the juice will flow out of it.
Give this a little bit of a stir. You should check your seasoning again really quick. Make sure it's good.
That should be warm.
Room temp or warm
Yeah,
at
body
least.
temp-ish. It could if it's super hot, but it should be fine. But mine's like bang on the right temp. So.
I'm going to do exactly what you did. Right to the T.
So it's 10 to 10. That took me. Like how did that take me? It took me an hour. It took me an hour and a half.
Yeah.
So do you think 12 o'clock is fair for you guys?
I don't think so.
12:30.
Can we do 12:30 so we're not scrambling?
Can we go with
10.
1 and then?
12:15. I'll split the difference with you.
Start at 1 and then.
12. So listen.